Okay, hey, hi, hello. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess and we're trying yet again a new angle. Nigel is here if you hear some floofing. And for all of you who've been stressed out about my shelves before, enjoy, because I ain't done shit with these shelves. I asked Andrew if I was like, I'm kind of feeling this. Maybe I should leave my shelves like this. And he said no. I do not plan to leave them like this, but when am I going to organize it? Who knows? But there is my main bookshelf. Nigel, please. Here, tell the people hello. Say hello. So this is a little love seat, and Nigel spends most of, when I'm working, he spends most of the day here. Sometimes he wanders into another room, but he spends most of the day up here on the chair. Right? Say yes with my mama. But like I've said, I make videos when I got time, okay? So we're looking rough. But we're here to talk about books, not about, say it with me, looks. Hey! Okay, so this, I think, I don't know what it's titled, but anyway, these are the books that I want to read. Like, commit to reading next year. Not 23. Let's be real. I failed in 2020 with 20, so like, why would I try to read more than that? I don't even think this is 10. Is it 10? I don't know, but anyway, the thing about this list that I focused on are these books are all in, have been translated to English. So this list has taken me a while to come up with. I was really trying to find books that were originally written and published in their native language and then translated to English. So again, that does not mean these are the only translated books I'm going to read. These are not the only books from authors outside of the Western publishing sphere that I'm going to read. These are just ones that I'm putting on this list for this video. Okay, we've been talking enough. Let's start with, yeah, I wrote these down and I need to go look them back up because I don't remember what most of them are about, but let's look. The Luminous Republic. This is by Andres Barba and it's been translated from Spanish. So this says, this is what got me. So a new novel from Spanish literary star about the arrival of feral children to a tropical city in Argentina and the quest to stop them from pulling the place into chaos. So San Cristobal was an unremarkable city, small, newly prosperous, contained by rainforest and river, but then the children arrived. No one knew where they came from. 32 kids seemingly born of the jungle speaking an unknown language. But look, it's like their transgressions escalate to violence and then the city's own children began defecting to join them. I don't know. This just sounds, and then I scrolled down, I don't know what this says about me. I scrolled down to someone's review and the first thing I saw was content warning for child death, murder. I saw murder and I was like, so I'm very intrigued by that one. That's only, it says 208 pages. Mwah, love that. So that is number one on my list. The second one I have is, this one is called Lonely Castle in the Mirror by Mizuki Sugimura. Apologies for pronunciation. Now this one sounds like, could this be like dark academia? I don't know. Okay, we got 355 pages. We love to see it. It says 7 students are avoiding going to school, hiding in their darkened bedrooms, unable to face their families and friends until the moment they discover a portal into another world that offers temporary escape from their stressful lives. Okay, maybe not dark academia. Passing through a glowing mirror, they gather in a magnificent castle, which becomes their playground and refuge during school hours. And then it's like the students are tasked to locate a key hidden somewhere in the castle that will allow whoever finds it to be granted one wish. At this moment, the castle will vanish along with all memories they may have of their adventure. Like, this sounds good. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Tammy, you did only give it a 3.25, but still, I'm very intrigued because of portal fantasy is always something I'm into. And so yeah, I'm here for it. I'm willing to give this one a try. I'm not sure if this is young adult. It might be young adult. But we shall see. Okay, the next one I'm going to struggle with because I steadily get confused. So this first one will be a reread. I know, Jessica, but you'll see why. So it's Vita Nostra, which is written by Marina and Sergei Dyachenko. Sergei did pass this year, I believe, so rest in peace. But this is one of my favorite books. The best piece of dark academia literature I have ever read. It is just like whole time. So this is where I get confused. I am not sure if the book, I believe the authors are Ukrainian, but I get confused if the book was written in Ukrainian or written in Russian. I don't remember. However, comma, it was not written in English originally. I feel like this sounds disrespectful, but literally I said one of them in my video, and then someone said, no, it was actually written in this, and I cannot remember. But then when I look, okay, no, I'm gonna go to Google. When I go to, I feel like Google is not, Vita, what language was Vita Nostra written in? See, it says published in Russian, but I feel like that's wrong. But then this says the best-selling Ukrainian novel. So I'm not certain, okay? But I've read this book, I loved it. When did I even read it? 2019? And I want to reread it because now there is a sequel that's been translated into English. So Vita Nostra is this girl who's basically in her senior year of high school and applying to go to university, but she meets this strange man on vacation who basically, like, you know, kind of threatens her to do these things, and she ignores him, and he's like, okay, you're gonna keep ignoring me, you're gonna see the consequences. And then she sees the consequences, and she's like, oh fuck, okay. And so he's like, okay, yeah, now you're listening, and you have to go to this school. And so she goes to this special university, a lot of metaphysical stuff. It is like, I don't know, I can't explain it more than that, but I remember reading it and finishing it and just be like, a million stars. So I want to reread that one just because I want to reread it. Assassin of Reality is the second one, and it says that we get the next stage in Sasha's journey. I don't want to read what it's exactly about because it is going right from what happened at the end of Vita Nostra. But anyway, in Vita Nostra, towards the end, we are following Sasha, and she's in her 3rd year, and she's about to take like this really important exam, and it's going to be picking up from there. So if you read Vita Nostra, then you know, and I need to know. And I think if it's anything like Vita Nostra, I'm going to love it, because Vita Nostra is just so original, truly dark, yet also academic, which is rare to find. So those two are also on my list. I mean, I guess I could count for one, but I'm counting them from two. Mind your business. All right, this next one, I was just looking, like I was typing in different things like SFF and translation, you know, various things. And so this came up, and at first I was confused because I thought it was a manga, but it looks like it is actually a novel. And like, it says novel on Goodreads, but then I went to Google, and then I went to Amazon, and I saw people have pictures of the book, and there's text, like paragraphs of text. So I was like, okay, because I'm not saying I don't read manga, I've just been trying to read one, and I haven't been able to really get into it, but that's not the point here. But this, hey there, before you comment that this isn't manga and it is written by a Chinese author, I now know that, and I will address it in a moment, so go ahead and delete your comment. Okay, thanks. This is called Heaven Official's Blessing, Tianguan Sifu novel. But then see, I was confused because it said volume 1, but I think it's a book. It says paperback, 416 pages. Okay, I have never heard of this before, but it has a 4.68 and has 11,000 ratings. I was like, what the heck? Then I was reading the description, it said, born the crown prince of a prosperous kingdom, Ji Lian was renowned for his beauty, strength, and purity. His years of dedication and noble deeds allowed him to ascend to godhood, but those who rise can also fall, and fall he does, cast down from the heavens again and again and banished to the mortal realm. 800 years after his mortal life, he is ascended to godhood for the 3rd time. Now only a lowly scrap collector, he is dispatched to wander the earthly realms to take on tasks appointed by the heavens to pay back debts he maintained to pay back debts and maintain his divinity. And so it says a mysterious young man with whom he feels an instant connection. He must confront the horrors of past in order to dispel the curse of his present. And the reviews are stunning, and there's multiple of them. And so also in the tags, I don't know, it has fantasy, romance, queer. Also, I don't think this is Japanese. I think this is Chinese. So I don't know why I would think it was manga. I think that's only in, look, please excuse me, but I think this is translated from a Chinese language. I don't know if it's Cantonese or if it is Okay, the author is Chinese and got that right. Okay, manga is what you call Japanese comic books, and Chinese comics are called manhwa. Unsure if I pronounced that right, but anyway, so it wouldn't have been a manga, it would have been a manhwa, but it's not that. It is a book. Anyway, this sounds like queer historical fantasy romance, but with gods in a Chinese inspired place. It's giving. It's giving, because I've been very much in the mood for like cozier fantasy, but that also has some romance in it. So I'm hoping that speaks to that mood I've been in. I don't know how like in-depth the world building is. It does sound like a bit more fantastical than some of the cozy fantasies I've read, but still sounds very interesting. And I can't believe I've not heard of it, because I mean 11,000 maybe isn't the biggest, but like the reviews are great. So we shall see, we shall see. Also, I don't believe, like I was trying to look it up on Kindle. Of course, none of the libraries have it. So I might end up buying the paperback. I'll just buy the paperback of the first one and then see. And then if I do, then I'll go. Because the cover is just like so bright and pretty and like, okay. Okay, originally I was trying to keep this all books that were written in a different language and translated into English. So I had a different book in this spot, but then I was looking at it, I was like, I don't know if I really want to put that one on the list. And so I went to find another book that was actually like SFF, because that one was more like literary fiction. And so I don't think this one was published in a different language. I think it was written in English, but it is from a Black South African author. And it sounds really good. It's science fiction. So I was like, I'm gonna take that one out, because like I'm just not, I rarely read literary fiction, and so like let me make my chances of enjoying the books on this list higher. So anyway, this one is called Triangulum by Masande Shanga. Again, pronunciation, so sorry. I did see this from Injiri at Onyx Pages. I will put their channel down below. But it's a science fiction book that's basically like 2040 in South Africa, and their National Space Agency receives a mysterious package containing a memoir and a set of digital recordings from an unnamed woman who claims the world will end in 10 days. So then you have a doctor who's a retired professor and science fiction writer is hired to investigate the veracity of the materials and whether or not the woman's claim to have heard from a force more powerful than humankind is genuine. And then 3 girls go missing in the town, and people think it's convinced to do with this thing. And so I was like, now that sounds very interesting. And so that is going to be on my list. Yes, I might have to buy this one too, because I'm not seeing it any of my libraries. Like, what's going on? I'll try to request it. But anyway, 384 pages. We love to see it. And I'm very intrigued by the cover. This one has actually been on my want to read on Goodreads for a while, and I guess I just forgot about it. But it's called The 20 Days of Turin by Giorgio De Maria. It's Italian, I believe. Ooh, 224 pages. I love it. I love it. Anti-hoomst. This one, now, I was mainly looking for SFF, but this might be a mystery. Or maybe it is fantasy? Child, I don't know. Anyway, it says, in the spare wing of a church-run sanatorium, some zealous youths create the library, a space where lonely citizens can read one another's personal diaries and connect with like-minded souls in dialogues across the ether. But when their scribblings devolve into the ugliest confessions of the macabre, the library's users learn too late that a malicious force has consumed their privacy and their sanity. So it sounds like a horror with like a little, what do you call it? A little dab of the magical, what? Horror with some, what is it called? Child, I can't think. Not good. Goodreads, please. Oh my God. So as the city of Turin suffers a 20-day phenomenon of collective psychosis culminating in nightly massacres that hundreds of witnesses cannot explain, the library is shut down and erased from history. That is until a lonely salaryman decides to investigate these mysterious events, which the citizenry of Turin fear to mention. Inevitably drawn into the city's occult netherworld, he unearths the stuff of modern nightmares. What's shared can never be unshared. Wow. Okay, what is the word I'm thinking of? It's like horror, but like speculative. There it is. A little speculativity to the horror. I don't know about you, but I don't know. It was on my list for a reason. And then I'm reading the thing and I'm like, oh, I put this on my list for a reason. Hello? Okay, we got two more left. And this one, okay, I don't know if this is the one that I'm thinking of. I feel like Tori Morrow mentioned this in a video once before, because Tori's always recommending all the good things and then I put it on my list and I don't read it. I'm so sorry, Tori. But anywho, I could be wrong. I don't know. This book is called The Queue by Basma Abdel Aziz. And so I was like, why does this look so familiar? Again, 224 pages. We love to see it. Okay, what is Goodreads doing? Okay, this says, set against the backdrop of a failed political uprising, The Queue is a chilling debut that evokes Orwellian dystopia, Kafkaesque surrealism, and a very real vision of life after the Arab Spring. So this is set in a similar or a familiar modern day Egypt. And there's a centralized authority known as the Gate, and it's risen in power after the aftermath of disgraceful events. So it was a failed uprising. And so citizens are required to obtain permission from the Gate in order to take care of even the most basic of their daily affairs, yet the Gate never opens and the queue in front of it grows longer. And so I really feel like this was one that Tori mentioned. I don't know. It sounds scary. It sounds possible. It sounds unsettling. You know what I'm saying? Goodreads is tripping. Like, I don't know what's going on. So it's like citizens from all walks of life mix and wait in the sun. We have a revolutionary journalist, a Sikh, a poor woman, concerned of her daughter's health, and even the brother of a security officer killed in clashes with protesters. So, yeah, we'll see how that is. I mean, there are not a lot of ratings, and the ratings aren't great, but it's still, I feel like you have to kind of take it all in when you're looking at translated fiction ratings. So I'm gonna give it a go. Okay, last but certainly not least, I actually own this book physically. Battle Royale. Here it is by Koshun Takami. And this is originally written in Japanese, I believe. So this is like the blueprint for kind of those murder games. So like this inspired the Hunger Games, and I've seen some people read it and really like it, and I think this is more brutal than the Hunger Games, which sign me up. This says high octane thriller. So again, this is not SFF, but kind of, because like this wouldn't be real, right? Envisions a nightmare scenario. A class of junior high students is taken to a deserted island where, as part of a ruthless authoritarian program, they are provided arms and forced to kill until only one survivor is left standing. So that's, you know, that's not real life. You know, so this is technically fictional. SFF obviously is fictional. I just need to stop talking. I haven't had a coffee yet. I was just trying to get this video out, and it's obvious. Obviously, I haven't had a coffee. But anyway, I want to get to this year. I mean, next year, 2023. That's the last one on my list for now. Now that I've given you my list. If you would like to recommend any. So that is it for me. I wanted to read more books that were translated this year, and honestly, I know that I read a few, but not as many as I would like. And not like this is a lot, but this is, would be way more than I usually read a year. And then again, if I find things along the way during the year that are translated, even better. But I just, it is so easy just to fall back into old habits and just not look a little deeper and, you know, stay within books that are written from authors from the United States and Canada, England, you know? So, I need to make a coffee because I am losing it. And I need to do I need to work. So thank you for watching, And I think I was gonna say something else and I don't remember. But anyway, stay hydrated, stay blessed, hydrated, moisturized, and sunscreened. Yes, even in the winter. Yes. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.